Today's lesson is going to focus on how to find volume of rectangular prisms. So really, this is a great introduction to volume. It's a basic lesson where rectangular prisms, the formula is very basic and straightforward. We're going to do the length times the width times the height, and volume is about filling up space. So volume in context of real life is like when we're filling up a cup of water, when I want to know how much packaging I need to put into a box. That's all about filling up spaces. It's three-dimensional, and so we have three numbers that we're going to use multiplication with, and we're just going to do some practice problems and a couple word problems and just get the wheels turning, get that basic understanding and idea of what volume looks like and how to solve it. So let's get into some examples for today. Okay, we're going to start by labeling the sides and finding the volume for each of the rectangular prisms. So we'll look here at number 1. The length is 3 inches, the width is 2 inches, and the height is 4 inches. So we're going to label length 3 inches, width 2 inches, and then the height is 4 inches. And volume is length times width times height. It's three-dimensional, so you should have 3 different side lengths that we're multiplying. So we're going to do 4 times 2 times 3, and the commutative property of multiplication tells us we can multiply in whatever order you want. Okay, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 3 is 24. And then we need to include our units. We're looking at inches, and it's cubed. The way we say the exponent 3, the little tiny 3 in the corner is cubed, so it's 24 inches cubed. For our word problems, we're going to do 3 and 5. So toy packaging, a toy is packaged in a box that is 12 centimeters by 5 centimeters by 2 centimeters. What is the volume of the package? If you want to draw a box, you can, but we know with rectangular prisms that we're going to do length times width times height, and they give us all of those dimensions here, 12, 5, and 2. And again, you can multiply in whatever order you want. So I'm going to do 5 times 2 first because 10 is a friendly number and it's so easy to multiply by 10. 12 times 10 gives me 120. And then we're talking about centimeters cubed. So our answer would be 120 centimeters cubed. Let's look at number 5 here. So a small aquarium has fractional dimensions. So we're looking at some decimals here. We have 2.5 feet by 1.5 feet by 1 foot. What is the volume of water it can hold? Because remember, volume is about filling things up. And so an aquarium, we want to fill up with water so our fish can swim in there. So again, we're still just using the same formula, 2.5 times 1.5 times 1. And it's kind of nice this problem has a 1 because anything times 1 equals itself. So really, we're just going to be doing 2.5 times 1.5. And when we multiply decimals, you need to line up the decimal places, and then I'm going to just move them out of the way 1, 2 spaces, and I remind myself I moved them 2 times, and I'm just going to multiply this through like 25 times 15. So 5 times 5 is 25. I carry the 2. 2 times 5 is 10 plus 2 is 12. Then I come down. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. And then I'm going to add everything. I get 5, 7, 3. So 375. I moved my decimal point out 2 spaces. So I'm going to move it back in 2 spaces. So I moved it out here. I'll highlight it in another color. We moved it out 1, 2 times, or move it back in 1, 2 times. So my answer is 3.75 or 3 75 hundredths of a feet cubed. And that would be our answer to number 5. Not too bad, right? Today's lesson was pretty straightforward. We just looked at rectangular prisms, how we can use the length times the width times the height to find our volume. Remember, volume is about filling up space. It's what's inside. You can think of a water tank and filling it up with water. And so we looked at those problems, and make sure that you subscribe so that you get those notifications for future videos that pop up, because we'll be getting into some more lessons on volumes of cones and pyramids and all of the other shapes. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.